You're listening to Radio Atlantis. Hello, this is Donovan, and today's feature is my audiobook, The Fairytales of Herman Hesse. As a young man, I read a lot of Herman Hesse, in particular Siddhartha and The Glass Bead Game, and others, but I've never ever came across his fairy tales. And you might not think, when you hear them, that they really are fairy tales. They are rather curious, these stories. And here's an excerpt. This takes place, this story, in Venice during the Renaissance, and it's called The Dwarf.
Now the Venetians had something to gaze at, to talk about, and to envy. No one could remember ever seeing such a magnificent couple. Both were tall and had fine figures. The young lady was barely a hair's breadth smaller than he was. She was blonde, he was dark, and both held their heads high and free. Indeed, when it came to a noble and superior bearing, they could compete with the best. But one thing did not please the splendid bride, and it occurred when Baldassare told her that he would soon have to travel to Cyprus again in order to conclude some important business. The wedding was to take place upon his return. The entire city was looking forward to it already, as though it were a public celebration. In the meantime, the couple enjoyed their happiness without much disturbance.
You're listening to Radio Atlantis. And so, on a dark and cold night by the fire, you can listen to this last excerpt I'm going to play you, and this one truly is magical, an extraordinary scope in his story. It's about a travelling man who arrives at a fair in a town called Faldum.
The road leading to the city of Faldum ran right through some hills, and here and there along the way it was lined with woods, large green pastures, and wheat fields. The closer it came to the city, the more it passed barns, dairy farms, gardens, and country houses. The sea was too far away to be seen, and the world seemed to consist of nothing but small hills, pretty valleys, meadows, woods, farmlands, and orchards. It was a country that had plenty of fruit and wood, milk and meat, apples and nuts. The villages were very attractive and clean, and the people were on the whole upright and diligent, and did not like to undertake dangerous or disturbing projects.
Thanks for listening. Tune in again for more Donovan features on Radio Atlantis. You have been listening to Radio Atlantis.